I had just beat an undefeated fighter right before COVID. I think I'm gonna be a superstar. I'm like, ain't nobody beats. I'm 4-0. I beat a dude that's 8-0 in my 5th fight. Nobody's fighting undefeated fighters this early. Under 10 fights, I could have waited, hecka long. And I'm like, I'm about to be a superstar. I'm about to start, I don't care who I fight. And then COVID hits, shuts everything down. I can't fight. I'm not allowed to fight. I'm fighting in Mexico. I'm not having the best performance out there. Things are not looking good. And I ended up going to Ray Wood's gym, and I'm saying, man, his fighter, I've never really told this story either. His fighter, Xavier Martinez, he actually dropped me right before COVID, but I was able to brush it off because, like I said, I beat the undefeated fighter. I kind of got my confidence. I wasn't tripping, but I was like, I ain't never sparring him again. That dude is huge. He hits really hard. Like, there's no reason for me to be working with this dude that is way bigger than me and hits hard. And I'm going to gym around COVID, and I'm like, man, I'm just gonna quit. Like, I don't know when COVID's gonna be over. I'm not getting a shot. I'm like, I'm just gonna quit. And I was like, you know what, before I quit, let me go face my fears. Let me go to the toughest gym, and let me go be with these lions, these people that can beat me, these people that can push me, obviously can catch me. And I went there, and it opened my eyes to a whole new world. Like, I was taught how to get away from that power. I was taught how to maneuver, how to use my skills and up my level completely. And my dad, I didn't know that, but Coach Ray's talking about, yeah, your dad, we've been texting, we've been talking on the low. He's been wanting to get you over here. I was always a big fish in a small pond. I'm whooping everybody. I'm doing well with everybody around here. But Xavier is the only one that dropped me. He's the only one that can catch me. And instead of going toward that and being like, oh no, let's go, I'm running away from it. So he's like, yeah, Coach Ray's like, your dad been wanting you over here. He just said it had to be your choice. I went to my last straw, or I was down to my last, and I went over there. And I saw my game just improve exponentially.
There you go. There you go. You're looking good, baby. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. I like Malikai. He kid's a lot of fun, and I like messing with him. He likes messing with me, but he's a real hard worker. Real hard worker. He stays in the gym. That boy stayed in the gym 4 or 5 hours. I let him. But we get in here and we do our work, and we get out of here. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in a whole bunch of 3 and 4 days a week sparring. And we do 2 hard days. All right, champ. We do 2 hard days of sparring. 3 every now and then, but most time we spar twice a week, and a lot of conditioning, bag work, mitts, exercise, running. We do a lot of that. We do a whole lot of that.
2022, and that's when I knocked this dude out bad, and I was like, wow, I really have improved. And after that, it was hard. My dad was happy. I was in, good hands with Coach Ray, and I was happy, and I was living up, and I guess his job was done. Sometimes what I was gonna say earlier, that's something that I haven't really said, is that I was having trouble. My dad died after that fight. He had got COVID and he passed away. But what hurt me was that I knew he didn't have the vaccine. I don't know if it helped or hindered, whatever. If that would have helped regardless. Maybe I could have put pressure on him again. Maybe I could have forced him. But he got COVID at my fight. And I got COVID too, but I'm young and in shape, and I had no symptoms. I was able to get over it, and he was an anti-vaxxer, and he would always preach and post, and Yeah, he didn't make it, and I blamed myself for a while. Like, man, if I wasn't boxing, like, why didn't I just quit before, you know, I went to Coach Ray? Why didn't I, like, he would have never been at my fight, or never got sick, he never, but through therapy and stuff, I knew that's not what he would want. I knew, like, he left me in good hands with Coach Ray, and the next time I saw Coach Ray, he said, I caught him, I was looking over, and he was sitting in his chair, and he was like, Tommy, I got him. He said, I got him. And yeah. Well, I think the level of focus I have is attributed to the solitude that I'm allowed in the sport. I think that in a lot of other sports, a lot of team sports, I wasn't really successful at because you have a team, there can be a lot of built-in excuses, you know. Oh man, this guy wasn't doing this guy wasn't doing that. Man, the refs, they were looking at this, the coaches, they were, you know, there's a lot of room for distraction. But in this sport, my dad, he would say goodbye to me. He's just, you know, we'd be in the locker room, and he'd bring people down every so often, you know, sponsors. He was super awesome like that. My dad was like, he's all manager guy, you know. But it was my show, and that's what I love about the sport. You know, I'd be in there, we'd do our ritual. He'd pray with me, he'd crack my back, and then we'd do our handshake, and he'd say, all right, you know, go do your thing. And then he wasn't my dad no more. He was, you know, videographer. He was, you know, manager, stuff like that. And then, you know, my coaches, my family, it's just everybody says bye to me. Everybody's like, all right, bye. They say bye to Malikai, and then Machine Gun can kind of come out. So, you know, I get dressed, and then I'm like, I flip that switch, and I'm a whole different person. And I'm like, all right, this is who I gotta be. Like, I embrace that. I'm like, all right. This right here, man, this would be I would walk in, I got my bags on, dressed to the nine. My dad would always want me to represent myself well, whether it be name brand clothes or just, you know, wearing a nice collar shirt. But man, it'd be people lined up, oh, machine gun, I'm dapping everybody up. I'm like, walking with my chest up on my McGregor thing. Yeah, you know, at the time I was just what you would call a club fighter, but man, you couldn't tell me that. That door, this entrance right here is just, what would you call that? That would be like, that's the gateway to hell. That's the first thing that comes to mind, but also like paradise. That's like, all these people came here for me, and you just take that deep breath, you hear your music come on, and bam, walk through, and this wasn't the biggest place. So I'm sitting here hearing the floor vibrating, everybody screaming, wow, Machine Gun, and it's coming through my legs, the vibrations come through my legs and through my body, and I just, I'm kind of one that, I deal well with pressure. I kind of embrace the pressure, and I look at the crowd, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, you're here for me, everybody? All right, bet, watch. I'm the man. And I walk up into that ring, and it's just supreme confidence. And it's usually about right here, right about under this thing, and I'm just in the middle, and I'm looking around. I step in right before I get in the ring. I look around, and I say, yeah, y'all all here to watch me do this work. Absolutely. So I come from martial arts where, you know, they'll be like, oh, who'd you get your black belt under? You know, you got under here, him, to him. I love that. I come from like Sacramento where, you know, there's a lot of good trainers out here, but, you know, we have an all-time great out here. We got Coach Ray Woods, dude's in the Hall of Fame. And, you know, if you were to ask, hey, who'd you come over? Ask Coach, come up under, you ask Coach Brandon Gonzalez, asked Coach, Mike Guy. Oh yeah, I trained under Coach Ray. I trained under Coach Ray. Coach Ray talking about I trained under Herman Carter in the gym with a lot of greats out there, and I just think that's really cool to see, that I'm getting like the OG knowledge, not secondhand knowledge. And no disrespect to any of the coaches out here, they probably took Coach Ray's style, and obviously they've done great things with it.
You're doing it right, Dave. Your team. Get the legs.
My dad didn't care whether I was, a pro boxer or not. He just wanted to see me. He wanted one of his, he wanted his kids to just. He really lived for his kids. He just cared that we lived out our passions, and so yeah, he was he was always like he's like, yeah, you guys gonna be my cash cow. You gonna be my cash cow, and he just wanted me to be 10-0, so that he could he could say, oh, if you become 10-0, once you get that double digits, there you'll be able to have a resume to open up a gym and be like, yeah, I was a boxer, I was 10-0 at one point, I was this and that. Because the people, the audience, they don't, customers, they only care about that resume, So I got the 10-0. But when he died, February 6, 2022, I told him that I just made a couple promises. I told him I was going to be 10-0. Told him, I'd open up a gym. I told him I would get a green WBC belt. And so I got the 10-0. It's not time to open up a gym, but I see that WBC belt is on the horizon. After this next fight is going to get me ranked high enough to qualify for a regional title, and then yeah, I'll be coming for that belt next, because I made a promise, and I intend on keeping it. So not just from my dad, but for me as well. I'm coming for that belt.